students, welcome to the very class. My name is Preksha Sharma, your English educator at Unacademy, and I give you all a very warm welcome to this very particular session, wherein we are going to deal with one of the very important things, and that is how to deal with your questions in reported speech. So, what does that mean? It basically means that when the questions are given in your reported speech, how are you going to transform it? All right, as you very well know that direct speech is given to you in your questions and you have to transform it into your indirect speech. So this is what we are going to deal with in this particular session. Make sure you're staying tuned for the entire session and you are not going anywhere. And you all are going to listen to me super carefully. Make sure that as well. Okay. So now moving ahead, guys, my name is Preksha Sharma. I'm sure you guys are aware of this, and I've done Masters in English from Delhi University. And for the past few years, I've been guiding a lot of students basically to be super duper amazing in their communication skills and score good marks in their academics. And I'm sure I'm gonna help you as well. Okay, so guys, moving ahead, we have got this telegram channel. All right, this has been specially designed for all our dear and darling students so that they do not remain deprived of any of the important things in their life. As what I basically mean is then any of the important sessions that we are going to come up with, so don't be deprived of it. Okay, make sure you guys are moving ahead with this for sure. All right, and kindly impart this information to your friends as well, because we should keep helping each other, right? That should be the motto of life, right guys? So make sure you guys are definitely going in with this and you guys are literally getting geared up for English. Okay, moving ahead, guys, we have got a lot of Unacademy features for all of you. You get to learn live from the comfort of your home. You know that you are at your home and you're enjoying, you are just in a relaxation position, and then you are getting the guidance from the best, right? So what else is needed in life, right? Then unlimited access to all the courses would also be there. What does that mean? This doesn't mean that I'm talking only in the context of your English. Instead, I'm talking in the context of other subjects as well. That is your maths, your science, your social science, your Hindi. So we have got a lot for all our students just under one roof. So think about this, okay? Then, top educators of India would be there on one single platform to guide you all well. All right, this is really needed, guys. All the highly qualified teachers are on one single platform to guide you all super nicely and amazingly. Okay, so fantastic kind of guidance you guys are gonna get, all right, from all the educators. Make sure you're thinking wisely about this. Then, regular doubt clearing and answer writing sessions would also be there. We are going to offer you a platform wherein you can ask us any number of doubts and at any time. And of course, guys, we have got this ask a doubt feature as well, which can be used by all the students, and it's accessible 24/7. So you guys can just load us with any number of doubts that you all are coming up with. Okay, then exhaustive coverage of the entire syllabus. This is pretty important, guys. I've been saying this like in English, like I've been saying this in all my sessions, and again I'm reiterating this today for all of you, that the exhaustive coverage is something that talks about what? It talks about completing. It talks about completing the entire syllabus correctly. As in, like in English, you see there's a period, there's a colon, there's a semicolon, and you need to understand that what are they for, right? What is their purpose? Why do we have a small dash here and not the big dash? Or why do we have a semicolon here, ma'am? What's the purpose behind it? So there's a purpose behind everything in English. Okay, it's a language, and you need to get into the depth of the language, and this is what I'm here for, to guide you all correctly and in a right direction. Okay, so guys, you will have mentorship and guidance as well. Okay, we are definitely going to mentor all our students and guide them so well. Study material would be given to all of you in the form of PDF. Then practice tests would definitely be there, live test series would be there, and batch courses would also be there. So you would have daily practice sections, weekly mock test series, live quizzes, daily MCQs, and subjective test series. Oh my god, we have got a lot for all of you. So think wisely and move ahead accordingly. Moving ahead, we have got the iconic subscription, which is really unique and peculiar. The reason being that herein you guys are going to get one-on-one guidance. What does that mean? It means that you guys are going to get one-on-one interaction with your educator. There would be no distraction. If like any student wants ma'am to concentrate on me or sir to concentrate on me, then that's gonna happen. All right, we are going to concentrate only on the very student that we are dealing with. Okay, and of course you can ask us any number of doubts, any number of questions that you're coming up with. Okay, So personal mentor would be there for everybody. Alrighty. Then live doubt solving sessions would also be there. Okay. You'll be asking us the doubt right there. We are gonna solve it right there itself. Okay. Then weekly reports would be there. So that basically means we are going to give you a detailed report of the classes. Okay. That is being attended by you. And we are gonna share the performance analysis with all of you. Okay. I mean weekly reports, they are going to tell you that this is how you're doing. Okay. And this is how you should do. Right there, and you are going to understand what that these are the loopholes that are happening, like while I'm doing my task or while I'm performing, and this is how I should move ahead with. Alrighty, then we are going to connect with your parents as well. It is literally super duper important, right? Then study planner would be there. What does that mean? That you guys will be getting a planner wherein you are going to plan properly. Guys, in life we always need to plan correctly. Okay, that's the right way to deal with your like life. And if you really need to reach to a particular level, you have to like succeed the right way, and the right way for succeeding in your life is having a study planner. Okay, then all the benefits of an academy subscription would also be a part of your iconic subscription. So what does that mean? It means the weightage of the benefits. Okay, the weightage of the benefits, like in case of your subscription, is more than the weightage of the amount that you're going to be charged with. So think wisely, use your mind, make sure what you need, what you should do, right? Now moving ahead, an academy subscription pricing, everybody, we have got different monthly plans. You all can go ahead with any plan that suits you the best. Okay, be it like 48 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, or 3 months. TSH10 is the code, everybody. Make use of this code. This will give you straightforward 10% discount and will make your life easier as well. Of course, you're gonna get an affirmation from my end that I'm going to be there to solve any of your doubts. So make sure you guys are not missing out anything that can help you all score good marks. Okay, so go ahead with the best, guys, because that's what is really needed to succeed the right way in our lives. Okay, so think wisely. Moving ahead, an academy free special class features. We have got a lot of features, guys. Okay, you have live real-time interaction using chat and emojis. You can do that. Then you all can ask the questions using the question tab. That's really fantastic. And then live poll options for quiz would be there. And poll leaderboard, you can compete with your friends as well. So it is pretty interesting. It is pretty amazing. Go ahead with it for your good, for your bright future. All right. Meet us on the special platform, as the name itself is suggesting. It is talking about the special thing. I mean, something that is a bit different from the very journal thing, right? So go ahead with this. Now, guys, we are coming to our topic, which is how to deal with questions in reported speech. All right. So I'm sure, guys, that you already know what is a reported speech, right, everybody? You guys know it, right? Okay, well, let me tell you all that what exactly is a reported speech. A reported speech is a speech wherein we are doing what? We are transforming the original words into my own words and then telling it to somebody else. Okay, like you have got reported speech has got what? It has got, like when this particular topic, there are two types of speeches. Okay, like one, like this is known as indirect speech as well. Okay, it is known as indirect speech as well, and then we have got a direct speech as well. Okay, so what is a direct speech? Direct speech is basically your first hand account. What does that mean? That basically means whatever I'm telling you right now, that is happening. Like for example, if I'm saying that I'm really sick, now if you want to go and tell this to your friend that ma'am was saying that she was sick, so you have retained the meaning, whatever I meant. Okay, you have actually conveyed it to your friend, right? But what is the thing that you have to keep in your mind? You are not going to change the, sorry, you are going to change the tense, but you're not going to change the meaning. That is very important. For example, if I'm saying I'm really sick and you are saying that ma'am is saying that she was not sick, what did you do? You have changed the entire meaning, so that is not needed. So direct speech is known as your first hand account, and indirect speech is known as your second hand account. All right. So what does that basically mean? That you're using different words in order to convey something that was originally spoken to you. Are you understanding this, everybody? So that is what your reported speech. So now in your examination, guys, we are having one of the things as questions. Okay, so questions would be given, for example, if I'm telling you like, who is she? Okay. Or if I'm telling you, were you fine? All right. So what do you see? These are the questions that I'm asking. Or if I'm saying, is she eating? All right, so this is also a question. What exactly is happening, guys, herein? What do you see is happening? I'm asking the questions. Now, these are the questions, and when you have to go and you have to tell this to your friend that ma'am was asking, like, who is she? I mean, you have to just transform this sentence. How are you going to do that? There are certain rules that must be kept in your mind so clearly and so vividly, and you mustn't actually forget them because they are very, very important. Okay, you should keep them in your mind so clearly and so precisely. Guys, this is one of the sections. Let me repeat it again. This is one of these sections in your examinations, okay, wherein you may find some difficulty because a lot of students, they literally do not know the rules clearly, and I'm here to tell you all the rules perfectly. Make sure you guys are going to listen to me very nicely. Okay, so let's move ahead, everybody. Now, what is the question, everybody? Question is how to. Okay, what is the question? Question is saying like how to change questions into statements from direct to indirect speech. Okay, now this is the thing. So would you please let me know how exactly do we do that? There is a proper way of doing that. And what is that way that is being demanded here? Okay, you have to keep that in your mind. Like, how do we do that? So let's move ahead. Let's see that how do we exactly do that. Now, everybody, understand one thing which is literally important for everyone. And what is that? Like, what are the types of questions? Okay, there are two broader categories of types of questions. One is your closed questions. Okay, what does that mean? Closed questions basically mean which have got the answers in yes or no. Are you understanding, everybody? Any question like which has got the answer in yes, or like any question which has got the answer in no, is basically a closed question. All right, now for example, if I am asking you, are you well? All right, or if I'm asking you, had they come? Alrighty, or if I'm asking you, were they calling you? Okay. So what do you see? Like herein, what is the answer? Like if I'm asking you, are you well? You'll say yes or no. Like there are the two options, okay, which are available. You're not going to give me an entire sentence. You're not even going to tell me the entire scenario, what made you not well or what made you well. If I'm asking you, had they come? So for example, if the guests are coming at your home, what is the question that you're gonna ask like your parents or your siblings or anybody who is at your home? That had they come? Had they come yesterday? All right. So now what exactly? The answer would be either yes or no. We are not going to say they were not coming, then we called them up, then this happened, then that happened. I mean, there is no proper explanation is needed. If you are asking a question such way round, what exactly is the obvious answer that is going to come? It's either yes or either it's no. That is so obvious. For example, if I'm asking you, have you eaten your meal? You'll be like yes or no. Okay, did you complete your homework? You'll be like yes or no. Okay, and if I'm asking you, did you call her yesterday? You'll be like yes or no. Okay, now will you be coming tomorrow? Yes or no? Okay, so these are so obvious answers. So why are these questions known as closed questions? Because the answer that's coming up out of them is either yes or no, and they are just done. All right. So what do you see? Like if I'm asking you, what were you doing yesterday? Will you say yes or no? Of course not. You're not going to say that, right? Why? Because that's not a closed question. Okay, now look at the example here. He said, are you fine? All right. Then Ved asked, do you need juice? So this is what? Like if I'm asking you, do you need one more chapati? You're like, no. Do you need a cup of tea? No. Do you need a cup of juice? Sorry, do you need a cup of coffee? Yes. Okay, so what do we see? Like here, you must notice that what exactly is coming up. Auxiliary verbs are being coming up. So closed questions, what do they deal with, everybody? Your closed questions deal with your auxiliary verbs, guys. This should be something that should be very clear to you, and you know what are the auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are your helping verbs. Okay, and whenever we see the auxiliary verbs right at the beginning of a sentence and there seems to be a question at the end, it's an interrogative question and it's a closed question, because the answer that we are going to get out of these questions, they are going to be either in yes or no. So it is, okay, or are, or you say should. All right, like for example, if I'm saying is she coming, or are you coming, should we come. All right, was or were, like was, like what exactly you can make, like was she really well, or were they really well, or would you please pass me a cup of coffee. All right, now am, now here therein you'll be like, would you please pass me a cup of coffee. The person will be like, no, I'm not interested, right? Or either yes, definitely I will, right? Or am, like am I looking good, either yes or no. Like for example, if you're asking somebody, am I looking good, am I looking fit for the party, am I looking good in this dress, am I looking good in that dress. Okay, so this is how you make the questions. Now do I look fat, do I look thin, do I look pretty, or did I look pretty yesterday, did I look good yesterday in the party. Okay, now does, what are you going to make with does she come to the party, does she come to the party, or does he come to the party. All right, then has she called you yesterday, or have they called you yesterday. Okay, so yes or no. Did, now okay, did, we did already. Now could you please pass me that cup of water. All right, or that cup of tea. Had they called you? No. Can I go to the park, or can I go to the party tonight? All right. Now, must they be called for the party? Yes or no? Shall I go to the park, or shall I go to the gym? Shall I go to meet my friend tonight? Shall I go out at 9 o'clock tonight? Okay. Then will they be coming today or not? May I go to that particular place? Yes or no? May I go to the party, mom? No. All right. And might they come to our home tonight? Then question mark. Okay. So what exactly we see? Like whenever you are getting the helping verbs now, like, and whenever they are being given right at the beginning of any of the questions, that means it is dealing with your closed question, right? And guys, in case of your closed questions, what is important, guys? Note here, you are never going to use that as the joining conjunction. Never ever. Instead, you are always going to use if or whether as the joining conjunction. And what is the rule? Immediately after if or whether should come your what? Should come your very subject. And immediately after that should come your verb. This is the thing you should keep in your mind. What is the reason behind this? You are converting a question into a statement. Okay, are you understanding this? You are converting a question into a statement, and you know this very well. Whenever we are converting a question into a statement, and as per the rule of a sentence structure, your sentence, that is subject comes first, then comes your verb, and then your object. That's what you're supposed to do. Subject comes first, and then comes verb, and then the rest of the sentence. Okay, keep that in your mind. It's a very important thing I'm telling you all. Immediately after if or whether should come your subject, and immediately after that should come your verb. All right, now let's look at the question, everybody. Okay, so the salesman said, then comma in inverted comma begins, are you interested in the scheme? So what is the first thing that we have to do? You have to always look at the tense. Okay, I was about to write here. Yeah, you always have to look at the tense. What is the tense here? Your tense is given in your simple present. Now just look at the options. The salesman said that if I was interested in the scheme. Now you see that is given here, if is also given here. It's completely wrong. You chuck it out, you eliminate it. Okay, now the salesman said that if I were interested in the scheme, again that and if given together. Also, were is like wrong here. Why? Because now you have to conjugate with the subject. So this is wrong again. Now the third question. The salesman asks. You cannot put asks. Why? Because herein it was your what? Your past tense. So this is wrong in terms of the verb. This is wrong in terms of the verb. It shouldn't be am at all, right? Now the salesman ask, that is right, me, that is right. You can put me or you can just ignore it, that's okay. If, that is right. And immediately after if, you have got the subject, and immediately after that you have got the verb. If I was interested in the scheme, so that's the right answer. Do you get that? How are we doing it? So you can, like, if in this question, like in the D part, if it would have been whether in place of if, that would have been right. Okay, that would not have been wrong, but it's just that you need to understand about it. All right, do you get that? So just understand that how are we doing it? Like immediately after the very joining conjunction, you are supposed to write the subject, and immediately after that you have to put the verb. So just make sure you are understanding how do we come to the right answers. Okay, you have to keep all your points in your mind. Now moving to the next question. What does it say? The secretary said, is Mr. Sharma in his office? Now, again, it's a closed question, right? This is what I told you all. Now, you know here the tense is your simple present, everybody, right? Now, you should keep this in your mind that you have to convert it into what? Simple past. So, you have to look for something wherein we have the simple past. Now, the secretary said that if, again, it's wrong. That and if can never come together, okay? The secretary inquired if Mr. Sharma was in his office. All right, so seems quite correct. Let's look at the next one. The secretary inquired that if, again, it's wrong. Okay, why? Because that if given together. The secretary asked if Mr. Sharma had been. Had been cannot be the thing here. Why? Because we have to simply convert is into was or were accordingly. So this is wrong again. So we have to go ahead with inquired. Why? Because herein, as I told you all earlier when I had explicitly taken the session on the reported speech, that you have to look at the very tone of the sentence as well. If the secretary is asking, so in a way she is inquiring about it. So we have put the reported verb accordingly. And what is that? The secretary inquired if Mr. Sharma was in his office. So this is right. You're putting the right conjunction. There should not be that. Keep that in your mind. And then Mr. Sharma subject you're putting. And immediately after that is coming your verb, which is in your simple past. Alrighty. Is this clear to everybody? Yes. So this is the right answer. Clear everyone? I hope that's making sense. Now let's move ahead to our next question. And what is the next question, everybody? Rita said, can we go tomorrow? Again, we have got a modal verb here, right? And this is a closed question. So, what are you going to talk about? Rita said, if we can go tomorrow. No. Why? Because tomorrow should be changed to the next day or the following day as per the rule. And that's not being done here. Okay. And can should be changed to could, right? You know this, could, and here it should be the next day, or you can say the following day. And here nothing has been changed, so it's wrong. Rita asked, also said was being given here, it was completely wrong. Now Rita asked if we could go the following day. Seems correct, right? Or let's look at the next one. Rita asked if we could go tomorrow. No, tomorrow hasn't been changed. And Rita said whether we could go tomorrow. Again, that is wrong here. The in C and D, all your joining conjunctions, they are being used correctly, but what is not being used correctly is like your tomorrow and again here tomorrow. Okay, they should have been changed to the next day or the following day. All right, so this is the right answer. Why? Because as we are using the correct reported verb. Alrighty, people, correct reported verb is there, then if is the actual joining conjunction. Alrighty, and then we are talking about could, all right, which is going to be converted from can. So what are we doing? We are keeping if. Immediately after that is coming our very subject, and immediately after that is coming your verb, and you're changing tomorrow to the following day. So I hope that's making sense to everybody. How in closed questions we are progressing with the questions. In your closed questions, if or whether should be the joining conjunction and not that. That is wrong. Immediately after that should come your subject, and immediately after that should come your verb. Keep it in your mind. And of course, all the rest of the transformations or the changes must be taking place simultaneously. Okay. Next question. Let's have a look. What does it say? The driver said, do you want to halt for a while? So that means if you want to take a break, I mean you want to just stop for a while. So now do again. Now you know simple present changing into simple past. So the driver said if we wanted a halt for a while. No, there is nowhere it says a halt. You have to take care of all the words that are there in the question, and it's not being given here. So this is completely wrong. Now, the driver asks if we want to hold for a while. Of course not. The simple present tense has not been changed here. It remains want only. That's wrong. Now, the driver asks. Asks cannot come here. Why? Because here the reported verb is in your past tense. So, this is wrong. And the driver asks, this is right. If right, then we subject right and wanted right. Simple past. It has been changed into simple past. So, this is the right sentence. Clear to everybody right there? Now let's move ahead to the next question, everyone. Harish said, will you accompany me there? Okay, so now will is there, which changes into would. This is the rule in your reported speech. Okay, how are we going to change this? Harish asked me if I would accompany him there. Alright, seems a bit correct. Harish asked if I could accompany him there. Could is coming here. No, that's wrong. Could comes from can, and we don't have can here. Now, Hirsch inquired whether I will accompany him there. No, will is not going to be will. That is wrong. Harish said to me that I accompany him there. That is wrong. Instead, it is Harish asked me if. If then coming subject, then will changing into your would accompany him there. Very right. So I hope that's clear to everybody right there. How are we going to make the transformations from your direct speech to your indirect speech? Alright, now we are going to come to the next type of question, which is an open-ended question. Now, what is an open-ended question, guys? The question that actually answers in a proper sentence. For example, if I'm asking you, why are you late? You will tell me, ma'am, I was stuck in the traffic jam and due to that I couldn't reach on time and hence I'm late. That's a proper explanation. You are not going to tell me just in yes or no. That this is like yes. If I'm asking you, why are you late? You're like yes. If I'm asking you, why are you like coming at this time? You will be like yes. No, that's not making any sense. I'm not understanding what are you exactly talking here about. So open-ended questions are the questions wherein answers are in a proper sentence. For example, if I'm telling you, he said, where are you? All right. So now you'll be saying that I will be I was at my friend's house, or I was coming. I was just on my way. So there's a proper sentence that's gonna come up as the answer, right? And Ved asked, how are you? Again, like, how are you? I'm fine. That's a proper answer, right? So what do we see? Open-ended questions, they basically deal with your WH questions. Okay, just keep that in your mind. Like what, like why, like where, like whom, like when, like how. How is also a WH word. Alrighty, people. So whenever we are talking about the open-ended questions, how are you going to deal with your direct to indirect speech? Now let's have a look. Alright. See, whenever there is a WH word, again, you are not going to use that. So what is the thing we derive from the questions, like from the very questions when we are turning them from direct to indirect? That in your, when you're converting from the questions into your indirect speech, you're never going to use that as the joining conjunction. Okay, it's never ever needed. Never ever needed. Keep that in your mind. All right, I hope that's making sense to everybody right there. Okay, and in WH questions, you are going to use the WH word as the joining conjunction. All right, in your closed questions, you were using if for whether, but in your WH questions, you are going to use WH word as the joining conjunction. For example, Grandpa said, what's the time by your watch? So this is what is. Right, and here what is it? Like this is your simple present. Now you're gonna change it into your simple past. So grandpa asked me what time it was. Nowhere it is given in this question. Nowhere. So this is wrong. We cannot bring in any words in the very sentence, okay, on our own, except the fact that they are leading to some, they are a part of the transformation. Okay, now grandpa asked me what was the time by my watch. No, again the same rule, everybody. Immediately after WH word will come your subject, and immediately after that will come your verb. You are not going to do the literal translation. Kindly keep that in your mind. Sorry, literal transformation. Like it is, what is the time by your watch? So grandpa asked, what was the time? No, what the time was. You have to keep the subject immediately after the WH word, and then immediately after that should come your verb. Keep that in your mind. Okay. So grandpa asked me what was. So this is wrong. This is the wrong sentence structure when we are converting from direct to indirect. Now, grandpa asked me what the time was by my watch. So now this is the right. Now this is the question. Then WH word is basically your joining conjunction. Immediately after that, you're writing the time. The time is actually the subject, and was is the verb. Is that clear? Now next. Grandpa asked me what time it was. It is nowhere given. That's wrong. So C is the correct answer. I hope that's clear to everybody and making sense as well, right? Now let's move ahead, everyone. Now we are moving to the next question. The guard asked, who are you? Again, a WH word. So you have to use WH word as the joining conjunction. So the guard asked who he was. Okay, no, we cannot use he. Why will it talk about he? The guard is just talking to me, so I have to just a bit more thoughtful, no? Like, how am I going to change the pronoun? So here, he is not the right answer. Okay. Now moving ahead. The guard asked me who he was. Again, he no. The guard asked me who he was. No. The guard asked who I was. That's right. WH word as a joining conjunction. Immediately after that subject. Immediately after that verb. So that is the right answer. Okay, that is how you deal with your questions, guys. Okay, keep this in your mind. It's a very important point. A lot of you miss this. Immediately after WH word must be your subject, and immediately after that should come your verb. Do not go ahead with the literal translation. That is not going to fetch you marks. Okay, and if you really need good marks, you need to listen to me clearly. Okay, everybody, moving ahead. Next question. He asked who had been responsible for that. Now, guys, there is a trick. It's an indirect speech. You have to convert it into direct. And you see that had been is given here. All right. So that means that somewhere you will have to. Now, this is what? This is your past perfect. Now, you know that this is basically your indirect speech. So you will have to look for something wherein you have got your present perfect. Right? Because now you're reversing the rules. Right, everybody? Now, he said, who was responsible for this? So, was cannot be the right answer. We are looking for present perfect. It should be has been. So, he said, who has been responsible for this? So, it seems correct. Like, who has been converted to had been responsible for this. This converted to that. Alrighty. So, that is the right answer, guys. Now, he said, who is responsible? Is not right. Otherwise, it would have been like was or were therein. And who shall, again wrong. Otherwise, there must be in the very indirect speech, it must be should. That's how you come to the right answers. And he said, who has been responsible for this? So you're going to convert it like this. He asked who had been responsible for that. So like usually when you have the questions, the reported verb that we have got is asked. Alrighty, moving ahead, everybody. Now, the next question. He said, how much is left to do? Okay. Now, you're going to convert this question. How are you going to do that? He asked, how much had been? Is there? Is already. So, now you have to just see this is your simple present. You have to convert it into what? You have to convert it into simple past. Right, guys? This should be your motto. Everybody. So see, he asked how much had been left to do. So now had been cannot be here at all. Okay, why? Because no, it's not has been. And he asked how much had been, again cannot be the option. Why? Because that is not given in the question. Now he asked how much was left to be done. Okay, so now we are literally considering this somehow. Okay, and this is pretty right? And he asked how much was still left. So this is wrong because the word still is not there. Okay, how much was left to do? Guys, this is to do. All right, so this is the right answer. Okay, this is the right answer. All right, now let's move ahead to the next question. What is the question saying? Shantanu said, where have you been? All right. So now have been it is, right? Have been. You have to look for what? You have to look for had been. So now Shantanu asked me where I had been. Okay, seems a bit correct. And Shantanu told me where I should. Should is nowhere in the question. That's wrong. Shantanu told me where I was. No, he didn't tell you. And Shantanu said that I had not been there. No, that is completely changing the meaning of the sentence. So what is it? Shantanu asked me where I had been. We have converted have been to had been. That's the right answer. And WH word here is the joining conjunction. Are you all getting that well, everybody? This is the joining conjunction. So the correct answer that we got here is your A part. All right, so I hope that's clear to everybody. So now all the important points, okay, for everybody right there. Now, guys, see, like, what are you supposed to do when you're going to convert your question into a statement? First of all, you have to take care of the fact that you're removing the comma and the inverted comma. This is one of the very important things that must be taken care of. Okay, just do not take it lightly. Then do not ever use that as the joining conjunction, whether it's a closed question or whether it's a WH question. Now use only WH word as the joining conjunction in your WH questions. Okay, in just your WH questions, but use if, okay, or whether. All right, as joining conjunction. Guys, understand this clearly, okay? As joining conjunction in your what sentences? In your closed questions. Okay, keep that in your mind. It's an important point. Alrighty, keep that in your mind. In your closed questions, use if or whether. Then we have remove the question mark. Only period must be at the end of the sentence. Guys, this is one of the very important things. A lot of students get confused regarding this, that when they are converting a question into an indirect speech, they keep the question mark. That's wrong. You are not keeping it as a question anymore. If I'm asking you, why are you sad? It's my question to you. And if you're telling this to your mom, that ma'am was asking me why I was sad. So now it doesn't remain the question. Why? Because you are telling this to your mom. It was my actual question to you. It is not your question to your mom. Right? So that is what you all will have to keep in your mind, that you're not supposed to keep the question mark. This is very important, and you are supposed to completely remove it, and there must only be a period. That means just a full stop right at the end of the sentence. That's what is needed, nothing else. Keep that in your mind, okay? And the thing, like, how do we really convert a question into a statement? That's being done when we are keeping the subject right after the WH word, or if whether, and immediately after subject is verb. That's where it's coming your sentence structure, because that is the actual structure of a sentence. Subject, verb, and then object. Clear? Now write the subject after the WH word in indirect speech, okay, and after the WH word, as well as after if or whether. Okay, this is important. Alrighty. Then immediately after WH word should come your should come the subject, or immediately after if or whether should come the subject. So all these points, they are pretty important. Remember them clearly for your good. Make sure you are understanding everything in one go, guys. It's good for your upcoming examination. Okay, so I hope that you all understood how are we going to deal with the questions in your indirect and direct speech. Okay, so let's move ahead, guys. I would like to share with all of you Unacademy subscription features. We have got a lot of features for all our students. You get to learn live from the comfort of your home. Then unlimited access to all the courses would be given. Top educators of India would be there on one single platform to guide you all well. Regular doubt clearing and answer writing sessions would also be there. Exhaustive coverage of the entire syllabus is going to be there. Mentorship and guidance. Study material in the form of PDF would be there. Practice tests would be there. Live test series and batch courses. So you would have a lot of things, guys. You will have daily practice sections, weekly mock test series, live quizzes, daily MCQs, and subjective test series. So we are providing you all a lot. Make sure you guys are definitely going ahead with this and thinking about this, discussing about this with your parents, telling them what you need for yourself. And guys, we are coming up with the batches for class 9 and 10. For class 9, we have got the Prodigy batch for all the subjects. It's gonna be started right from 6th of December for Hindi, for Maths, for Science, for Social Science and English. Make sure you all are definitely enrolling for all these batches. Then we have got the Linguistic batch for all the 90s for Hindi, French, Sanskrit, English. And the starting date is 20th of December. Everybody kindly join, enroll for sure, because now we are gonna target your term 2. Of course, you need to score good in your term 2 as well. So you really need to work hard, okay? Moving ahead, Bugs Bounty, everybody. It's an opportunity for all the learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. Be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize, and report any inappropriate content using the form given in the description below. So if you think, or if you find that something is not being taught by the educator appropriately, or there's something which is inappropriate, you guys can report that by using the form which is given in the description below, and you guys are gonna have the like prize for that too. Okay, so moving ahead. Unacademy Combat, guys, it's a free test and a chance to win scholarship worth rupees 1 crore plus. Don't wait to enroll for Unacademy Combat, guys. Certificate of merit will be given to top 20 5 rankers, and it's for class 9th right at 11 a.m. and it's gonna take place right every Sunday. So it's a free live test on Android app and web, guys. Go and enroll right away. Okay, don't wait for it. Instead, do it right away. Now, coming to your iconic subscription, everybody, we have got personal mentor for all of you. And we have got live doubt solving sessions as well. Weekly reports would definitely be there to tell you how well you are doing, how you need to move ahead with your preparations. Then we are going to connect with your parents as well. Study planner would also be there, and all the benefits of an academy subscription would also be a part of your iconic subscription. So what do you see? We see that the weightage of the benefits is more than the weightage of the amount, right? So let's have a look at the monthly plans of your iconic subscription, guys. You all can go ahead with anything, be it 48 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, or 3 months. PSH10 is the code, everybody. All right, this code will give you straightforward 10% discount. And of course, I'm going to give you an affirmation that I'm going to be there to help you all score good marks in your examinations. Okay, so guys, go ahead, do the best, just do amazingly fantastic. Okay, discuss about this with your parents. And being your educator, I would like to tell you all, try to go for a longer tenure. That's always beneficial. Alrighty, people. Now, moving ahead, an academy free special class features live real-time interaction using chat and emojis as the questions using the question tab. Live poll options for quiz would be there, and poll leaderboard. You all can compete with your friends as well. Okay, so thank you everybody. Thank you everyone for attending the very session. I hope that you all liked the session. Do not forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends, guys. And do not forget to subscribe the channel. If you haven't hit the bell button yet, then kindly do that and impart the information to your friends as well, as in what really amazing is happening here at the channel, on the very channel Unacademy 9 and 10 Expert. Okay, and guys, you can always find the PDFs of all the important sessions in the link which is given in the description below. Okay guys, so everybody take care, just rock so well in your examinations and do wonders. Take care and bye bye guys, let's crack it.